Hello everybody, welcome back once again. I've got another Triangle Strategy character guide for you. So this time we are talking Medina, the Medicine Master. I really like Medina, and she is so overpowered it's ridiculous. It's kind of funny though. She starts out and she's kind of garbage, honestly. You know, for a very long time, she's just not very good, and Gila basically outclasses her in every way. But eventually, she ends up turning it all around, and she ends up being completely broken. First off, let's talk accessories. I just think you go speed all the way. She just doesn't really need anything else. She's going to stay pretty safe, and then her stats are actually pretty decent. Defense stats are pretty decent, where she doesn't need any help with physical defense or magic defense, anything like that. Her strength is oddly good as well. She's a 44 or 41, so she actually does okay damage in melee. But if you're meleeing things, you're doing it wrong. But I mean, follow attack, sure, but generally you want to be throwing items out and restoring people's TP with her. So strength, again, okay. Physical defense, middle of the road, actually pretty solid. And so, she's very durable. Magic attack is 37, which, again, who really cares? You're really not going to be throwing magical, items at people like fire stones or ice stones, anything like that. She really needs to be restoring people's TP. Magic defense is 54. Again, very solid. She does really good against magic. Her luck is 54, so actually quite high. I don't know how important that is, but that may have something to do with what. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's okay. Why not? Why not have more? More luck is better than having less luck. Accuracy is 48. Okay, but you don't really need to worry about that anyway, because you're really not going to be slashing things all that often. Speed. So I've actually got her at 32 right now. So that is. Oh, wow, I have a ring equipped on her? Okay, I need to replace that. That's terrible. So anyway, she's getting 3 speed right now from her accessories. I know at least I have another amulet, so I should have that on her. But what I say, so 3, meaning that her base speed is 29, which is pretty nuts. That is a really high speed stat. Not quite as good as Quahog by any means, but that's very good, and speed is very important in this game, so she's doing very well there. Next up is evasion. She's got a 42. That's not good, right? It's not the worst in the game probably, but also it's not fantastic. So she's not really going to be evading much. Her jump stat is 3, above average. So kind of like I think Gila had a 3 for her jump stat as well. So that's kind of nice, right? Being able to get to characters more easily in order to get them healed. And then her movement is 6, though. That is, I think she's tied with what's his name, with Roland, as far as movement. Maybe even Hasabara. Hasabara's probably got really good movement too. But yeah, another great stat for bailing somebody out if they've or if they're low on health. Alright, so anyways, let's get into her abilities. So HP Physic, it says increase the effect of health recovery items. So she just she heals more with items than anybody else does. Double items starts out okay. It's not great, but this gets broken later on in the game. But it says use 2 items in quick succession. It's general, like 99% of the time when I use 2 items, it's going to be a ranged HP recovery pellet. And so it's really nice to be able to well, and I mean, even early on, if you're using her, which I don't really recommend using her until you get TP Physic, but when you do use her, or if you use her early on, she can get bursty, right, with her heals. Otherwise, I mean, even you can use this on offensive type items as well. So you could throw oil down and then light it up with a ranged firestone during the same turn. So very useful, honestly. Unfortunately, though, very expensive. And then here she's got Long Toss. Increases targetable range by 3 when using an item on an ally. most characters need to be in melee range if you're going to be using items. Whereas Medina can actually throw, so very much like Chemist in Final Fantasy Tactics. Here, Poison Pellet, it says use 1 Poison Recovery Pellet to poison a single enemy for 5 turns. That is a long time. That is a very, very long duration poison. Unfortunately, though, I think the initial throw doesn't do any damage, so you know, it's not that great. It's okay early on in the game where you just don't really have much that you can do with her, and it is cheap. So like if you're just trying to like level, I use that a lot. I poisoned a lot of enemies on my way up to level 50. So again, very cheap. Unfortunately though, again, no initial damage. Whereas like Green Mist from Milo actually deals damage when you use it, and same with Anna's throw poison. But the range is 1 to 4 too, so you can poison things from very far away. So very good ability. Fast-acting medication is basically the same as Benedict's Now ability, except it's cheaper. I really like this. There are a lot of really good uses for this in the game. Let's just say an enemy is kind of on the brink of death, and and that enemy is going to get their turn next. Well, Medina can throw a fast-acting medication on one of your DPS characters, and actually just have them finish off the enemy, so that you don't end up taking any damage. So yeah, great ability. I really like this, and along with double items, those were the two abilities obviously that I used just constantly. TP Physic. Now, this is where Medina gets broken. Again, early on in the game, I don't think that she's that great. You probably don't have a whole lot of healing items built up unless you've done a lot of farming with her. But TP Physic is where she gets insane. It says grants target 1 TP when using a health recovery item. The ability to not only heal people but also restore their TP is crazy. I don't know what they were thinking. But it is really good. And if you do a ranged HP recovery pellet, you can actually restore the TP of 5 characters all at the same time. It's nuts. I'll show you the combo here in a little bit. If you've been watching some of the other character guides, you will have already recognized that combo as I've shown it a little bit. But her last ability is Lady Luck. It says chance to obtain a bonus recovery pellet when picking up spoils. That's okay, but it's not that great. It's just a basic recovery pellet. And so, I guess it's cool, right? Like, why not? And I suppose also, on the path to level 50, I actually was using a lot of HP recovery pellets, really just to level characters. Just the one that restores the 50 HP. And so her ability to grab some extra ones once in a while when you pick up spoils, I guess that's great, but most of the time that doesn't really matter. And I don't know, I didn't really find this to be all that fantastic, but hey, why not, right? And actually combined with her high movement stat, it makes it so that she can run around and grab stuff. So yeah, it ends up working out. And also, I mean, because of her long toss, she can maybe go run over, pick up some spoils, and then still be able to heal somebody, because she doesn't need to be standing right next to them to use those healing items. But last up is Celestial Salve. So it says use 10 HP recovery pellets to grant HP to all allies. I thought that this was going to be a lot better than it is, but it's not. It doesn't work with TP Physic. So it probably would have been broken if that was the case, right? If you could just give anybody like 1 TP no matter where they're at, using that Celestial Salve and the TP Physic. But it just doesn't work that way, and I'm not really sure why it doesn't. Again, other than the fact that maybe they thought that would be broken, and it honestly probably would be. If you've got all of your your casters are all bottomed out on TP and aren't going to be able to do anything the next turn, and then you just throw out a Celestial Salve and then everybody can still nuke their next turn. That probably would have been pretty broken. or at least more broken than she already is. But all right, so let's actually do this battle here. I'll show you the combo that I really like, and I mean, she just works well with everybody. It's not even like what one specific person, right? Because she can just give anybody TP, and again, like mages, or at least some of them, Narv and Zana, will really struggle with TP generation, and so she can really help out. But
make it up here.
Anyway, this is kind of the combo. I set up like this all the time, where I've got kind of a cross pattern with specifically, it's usually Benedict, Medina, Julio, Decimal, and Archibald. Milo can just kind of hang out on the edge. Actually, let's do a moon jump out to this guy. I'll use the Heart Stealer.
Delectable.
Yeah, I'm getting 100% rates. I think it's because my level. Normally her Heart Stealer isn't 100% chance. It's usually 80.
I'll do my utmost.
But again, I think because of my level, it's 100. All right, so this is where. All right, so this is Medina's turn. I'm gonna use double items here. We'll use just a basic ranged HP recovery pellet, and I'm gonna. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to hit Archibald with this because he wasn't able to move into the cross pattern. What I actually could have done is had Archibald start here where she's at and had her start down here, and then I could have moved her up to the bottom of the cross pattern, so that he would have got the HP restoration as well and the TP restoration. But,
whatever it takes.
This isn't a serious battle, so I'm not all that worried about it. But all right, so now Julio. Julio's at full TP, so we'll give all of it to Milo, who is completely bottomed out. And now she's going to be able to leap to somebody, Power of Love, on the following turn. Archibald here, I'll just do an escapable arrow. I don't know, actually, let's do a critical blow. And then, so let's do an escape on this guy and drop him below half. And with years comes wisdom. And then I actually messed up there. I should have moved him to the back and do my cross pattern, but I actually completely forgot right there. Because again, this isn't a serious battle and I don't really care. Chop. Alright, so Decimal's acting twice. We'll do the height calculation and just annihilate everything. And then I'll just recharge for his second turn, because again, I had twofold turn on him. Zerp, and Archibald gets annihilated, because again, I'm not playing seriously. I just want to show this combo. Oh. Benedict is so ornery when he gets blinded.
Will serve well.
Count on me.
All right, so Medina's back up. Now, at this point, I could do a fast-acting medication. The problem with fast-acting medication is that it's going to eat up 2 of her TP, and so the following turn she won't be able to do, double items. So it's always kind of tough for me to justify using that ability when it's almost always the case that you're better off doing a double item and just restoring her TP. And so you're just pumping out more and more TP every turn because of that. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I could just use a best regards here. I could do a moment of truth on Benedict. I could even just give Benedict all of my TP so that I don't need to worry about him for a while. That's probably a little bit excessive, but... so here what I could do, and this is kind of one of the things that I like to do, is I like to moon jump out.
Think you can catch me?
And then use a Power of Love. That spot looks fine. And then we'll just run back. And, because Medina is going to be able to crank out 2 more TP to Julio, Julio will be able to use Inheritor on Milo again on the following turn. And so, again, I love this combo. Well, I mean, now Archibald is dead, unfortunately. But those 5 together are nuts, and you can pump out so much damage with this combo. So, yeah, I mean, here, take a look. Pow! Get it. So, yeah, I don't know. I love it. I think that, and Medina is what makes it all possible. So, all right, let's end this turn here, and then I'll, let's go take a look at her weapon upgrade abilities. After, yeah, these guys fight amongst yourselves. Fight amongst yourselves. Oh, Medina down. All right, let's get out of here. Retreat. Oops. I hate when I do that. Retreat. There we are. Bum, 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 bum. And cancel. All right, let's have a chat with Ian's. Where is Medina? Where are you at, little knife lady? TP battery extraordinaire. All right, so weapon potency completely pointless. Doesn't matter really at all. I don't think that's something that you need to prioritize. Speed, that is her number one. Buy that first. Then go with the physical defense, then the HP, then it doesn't matter. Either go weapon damage or luck, who cares? Next up, the other speed increase. Number one, for sure. Then I would buy the physical defense, then sure, why not, get the movement. Then either the weapon potency or the luck last, right? And then last, her final tier, in my opinion, doesn't really matter at all. None of these, because I don't like Celestial Salve. I don't think that's that great. I don't really care about her luck, and I also don't care about her weapon damage. So, really up to you, or just, don't bother. You can just save her weapon upgrades for the very, very last, right after you've kind of used materials on everybody else's stuff. Then you could go ahead and upgrade her stuff, but. Anyways, that is going to be it for Medina. Again, I really like her. She just works so well. Again, honestly, in my opinion, she's the most broken healer in the game because of her ability to give other characters TP. So, as always, though, hope the guide was helpful, and thank you for watching.